Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? It's your girl here, MJ's Nia. Welcome to the channel. So yes, I know this topic is like maybe a couple, like I think two or 3 days old, but I want to talk about this because this is a topic that I've actually talked about with other people, especially with my African friends or with people who I've met who are Black or African from Europe. I've actually had this conversation about you know the issues within the Black community, and this involves other people too, with African, Black African Americans or people from Africa, the people down in the islands. This is a conversation that comes up a lot. Is why is there like I've always asked this question: why is there like confusion amongst us? We all came from Africa. Why is it that we disrespect each other in this community, in this Black African, Caribbean, Jamaican? We're all like distant brothers and sisters, but we have an issue within the community. Why am I talking about this? Well, I'm talking about Gilbert Arenas. So he's been blasted for xenophobic comments during USA South Sudan exhibition, excuse me if I can't pronounce words, basketball game. He said, "We losing the people who got baskets in the back. They shooting all effing peach baskets in the dirt." So I'm gonna leave this link down below, but I'm gonna play a video for you guys of him talking about. He said it. I seen the video already, but it's a longer video one. I just can't stand to hear it. I might find the longer video and put it down in the description box. But as for me, it was very disrespectful. A lot of people are watching it, but I'm going to play the little shorter version of it. But this is who he is, in case you want to see. This is how he looks. And we're going to discuss him, and we're going to discuss some topics around the Black community. And yet again, you better get ready for it. I'm going to bring up the word colorism and Diaspora later on. But before I do that, let me play this video.
Got the males almost lost to some Africans. Yeah, we almost lost to them. And the king had to save. The king had to save us. I know the LeBron haters are mad. We almost lost to the Ahi tribe. This is crazy. Man, Embiid over there, goddamn throwing the game. He throwing the game for his cousins and shit. We don't supposed to be losing to air up there. Come on, man. Cool Runnings. We're not supposed to lose to the Cool Runnings team. They don't even have shoes. They get their shoes from America. We gotta ship them shoes. They don't even have basketball rims, dog. Manu Bull, I seen he had to walk, an hour and a half to go shoot basketball. We losing to people who don't even, they got baskets in the back. They shooting on fucking peach baskets in dirt, no shoes.
All right, did you hear? That's who's speaking. He's talking about the African players. I always wonder, why is it over here, Black Americans, why do they feel the need to speak like this? It's other Black people too, but we're going to get deeper in this conversation because it's also to some African people, they'll be angry, and when they come over here and they hear this, they try to go side with other races of people, which is not good because it's going to cause more division amongst us when you go side with somebody else that's not of another race. I'll talk about that a little bit later on, about the division, but I want to focus on him first. Did you hear what he said? He talked about how you have to travel far to go. You don't know what these people go through over there. Let's say that. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know how people are living in other countries. I've always heard this about Africa. Like, it's this horrible place to be. It's like the people over there are just bad. I'm just tired of hearing this. And he's just giggling, laughing like this is fun. None of this is funny to me. None of that. None of what he said was funny to me. But let's go further because he mentioned someone. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but I know he's from Africa, and he spoke out against what he speak his mind, let people know what he thought about Gilbert, what Gilbert said. So let me play that video for you guys. This is the basketball player that I'm talking about. So it says, I asked U.S. basketball's Cameroon-born, I might be saying it wrong, Cameroon-born star Joel about Gilbert's recent disgusting and racist comments about Africans and African basketball players. So let me play this video for you guys.
Obviously, I don't condone it. I'm African, first and foremost. I might be playing for Team USA, but I'm Cameroonian. First and foremost. So, I don't know exactly what I said, so I can't comment on it. But if it was that negative, it's just disappointing. Because you see what African basketball has done, for us to be in this position, to be able to make some sort of impact. Even in the position that I am, I still have a lot of impact, where I'm from in the whole continent of Africa, and that's never going to stop. So, like I said, it's really unfortunate, and especially in the world we live in now, and so much negativity, and
So you heard from him that the African basketball teams over there, that really did help them to get where they are now today. So I just want you guys to hear from him. But I also want you guys to know that this is not the first time Gilbert done this. So other YouTubers brought out that Gilbert said this about Lupita. If you guys did not know, Gilbert Arenas he apologized to Lupita about the colorist thing. So let me see if I can, before I go any further, I forgot to show the video. So let me show the video where he was talking to the dude off of Vlad. I don't know what it is about these guys. They all go run over there and they tell Vlad their whole life story, which is so odd. But he's making excuses as to why he called Lupita what she did. Like he said, she looks better with the lights off. He's giving excuses, and what he did was he named some other celebrities that are not dark skinned. They're brown skin, which I've said this before. A lot of people don't know their skin tones. Lupita is like a dark chocolate. I'll say like that. And then you have some people who are chocolate or like a light brown, like a caramel color. So there's different shades of colors, but yet again, he still named brown skinned women, not dark brown skinned women. So yeah, there's that. Let me play this video for you guys.
There's a post that happened in 2017 about you don't have to be mixed to be beautiful. And you made some comments about how when you look at the 50 most beautiful women in the world, you don't see a lot of dark-skinned women on that list.
Okay.
And then you mentioned Lupita Nyong'o. And you said, everyone's saying her skin looks beautiful, but what about her face? No, lights off.
Yeah.
People got on you for that. Especially because your baby mother is light skinned and the whole nine.
Okay, so we have this. Okay, so I'm having a conversation. What's so funny, it's still kind of like lingering around So I was having a conversation with a bunch of black actresses, right? And they were talking about how Hollywood right now is replacing them with the others, which is, Jamaicans, Africans, dark women from England. So they're saying they're replacing us with them because on camera, you can't tell the difference. The audience doesn't know. They're cheaper and they listen. They're saying that we use racism to get jobs. So they're saying they're easier to work with. And, so like, damn, that's they doing that. And they're saying like, if you look at all the actors now, they're not even from America. They have all these accents and boom, 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 because they're cheaper. So they're pushing us out of work. So they're saying there's this big war going on. So I'm asleep. I wake up. And you know how you just like, you scrolling through Instagram and then I see a post and I'm like, oh, that's how y'all feel it? So the post actually said, you don't have to be mixed to be beautiful. Because it was from an African site. All I read was, if you're mixed, you're not beautiful, and you got to be 100% from the motherland to be considered beautiful. So I get pissed off. So I'm like, I have 2 mixed kids. They are dark. You're not saying they're beautiful?
Well, then let's go then. And that's where it was from. Like, so I'm like, well, I have two dark girls, but they're mixed. So you're saying they're not 100% pure?
Well, Gloria Jovan is what nationality exactly?
Mexican.
She's Mexican.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even, something, I haven't even corrected the name because I don't even like the motherfuckers like that. Right? It's Govan, but you can keep botching that shit.
Okay.
You know, can keep botching it for me.
Right.
Fuck them. You know what I mean? Okay. So,
okay. Then.
So I go online, and this is the funny part about it. I go online and I type in beautiful the most beautiful African women and hit send. All right. And then Lupita, and some other girl pops up. So I'm like, this is what they call beautiful? Oh, hell no. So if you read what I'm saying, so I said, who's y'all most beautiful? So I'm fighting with I'm fighting with the site. Who's y'all most beautiful? This girl and this girl, so Lupita and whoever number 2, I'll have sex with them with the lights off, right? Come on, I'm a man, right? So I'm literally saying I'm gonna have sex with them just with the lights off. You know, it has nothing to do with skin, just with the lights off, just to like throw that in your face. Ha! And I said she has nothing on, and then I named American Black beauties. Gabrielle Union. I said Kelly Rowland. I said Kerry Washington, Serena Williams. She has nothing on them, right? So I'm naming beautiful Black women. So how is your African in front of them? She has nothing on them. That was the start, right? That's how I'm actually arguing.
But it turned into something else.
Because black women don't separate nationalities like everyone else does. Okay. So Black America. If you're Jamaican, if you're this, you're that, you're considered Black America, even though they don't consider themselves Black America. If you ask African, what's your nationality? I'm African.
Yeah, Nigerian.
You're not Black? Oh, hell no. Like, it's one of, if I say, hey, what are you? If you're white, if you're Jewish, you're going to say what you are. You're not going to say I'm Caucasian. Right? But Black people with the same this color
will say Black.
Will say they're Black. They're part of Black. But you tell someone who's from Poland or Russian, he's not going to say he's Caucasian. So only we separate. We only try to connect whole.
That's
so
true.
When I made the disrespectful comment, Black women
swarmed
me,
yeah.
And I'm like, well, technically. Whoever the blackest person is, whatever culture that is, they have Black. After that, it goes down if you go by and I put up a color grid. But see, that's what I said, because it was an African site, they didn't do all that. Yeah. So I put up a color grid and I said, all right, listen, Black, that's this culture. Chocolate, that's this culture. America, listen, we're considered brown. We're brown. We're mixed in, so we're not. So this has nothing to do with.
All right, so this is the dude that owns Vlad TV. His name is Vlad. I just want you guys to see him. This is a white guy who's been interviewing Black celebrities for years, for a long time, and pretty much he always asked them questions like how he did with Gilbert. He always asked them questions about what's going on and what's going on with them, and name dropping other people like Lupita and other celebrities. This is what he does. I really don't care for his channel, but yeah, that's who. I have to give the credit where credit's due. That's his video. You can go watch the rest of his stuff over there. I personally didn't watch it, but that was the video that came up. But that's who the guy is. So he pretty much name dropped, I think, Kelly Rowland, Gabrielle Union, saying that those women are beautiful. He did that to save himself. That's pretty much why he did that. And I hate when he said that all Black people, all Black women. No, it's actually the majority of the Black people that's over here. I've talked about this before. It's not just Black women, Black men too. They will call anybody Black, which that is disrespectful. You need to acknowledge that this person is either African or Jamaican or Haitian or they're Afro-Latina. People don't want to be all called Black. I said I don't care if you call me Black or African American. I accept both. But, there are some people who want to be called just Black. You'll hear that later on in the video. I'll bring out another person who likes calling themselves American. Some Black people just like calling themselves American. So just like the black people over here want to call themselves that, then you have to respect others. Just like how you want people to respect you as an African American or Black American, Gilbert, practice what you teach. You shouldn't be out here talking about people how the way they look. You know why you picked on Lupita? It's because of her skin tone. Why did you brought the skin tone? Because that's what everybody else was bashing you about. You was comparing her to other women. That's why I brought out the skin tone. He name dropped a lot of women who are lighter than Lupita. Come on now. I'm not dumb. Come on now. We're not stupid. And then you go speak this nonsense right in front of a white man, which, like I say, I don't understand the whole point of going spewing your whole business to a white man that's benefiting off of listening to black people drama. Go talk. Yeah, I'm talking to Vlad. Yeah, go interview your own people. Shoot, child. But anyway, let's get back to the original video. So let me quote what he said. It says, Gilbert Arenas says Lupita is a cute when the lights are off in a rant about dark-skinned women. I never say sorry for the ish, I said, says the former NBA athlete. And that's I believe this is his wife or girlfriend. We're going to talk about that. Her name is going to come up later on as well. So it says former NBA player Gilbert Arenas, lived up to his social media name No Shield Gil on Friday by having an absolutely no shield when it came to expressing his thoughts on black women's skin tones. It included his opinion that Lupita, an Oscar-winning actress named People magazine most beautiful person of 2014, isn't cute. He started when the 35-year-old left a comment under an Instagram photo implying that he didn't think dark-skinned black women were beautiful. The photo was a meme telling black girls that they don't have to be mixed with any other ethnicity to be considered beautiful, but Arenas didn't seem to agree. Not to be funny, can you name a beautiful black woman on the outside, not brown skin, like Tyrese Black? Arenas wrote, top 50 most beautiful women of all time. The darkest women they have is Keisha Knight, Palmer, aka Rudy Gab Union, Terrell Hicks, Serena Williams. He continued, when you say African features black, then you have number one Lupita, and she's cute when the lights are off. Second is, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, sorry, but ill. So the beautiful black women you try to boost up is technically light skin or brown skin. Arenas didn't get much support on his comments. Once referenced the sunken place, a position of hopeless portrayed in the Jordan Peele film Get Out. People talking about Trump supporters, a lot of black people are in sunken places for real. Shaking my damn head, the commenter wrote. Some people even felt sorry for Arenas' kids and hoped that they didn't stumble upon their father's meshes. I feel sorry for his beautiful chocolate daughters if they were to ever read the foolishness he posts, shaking my head. People really need to think before they post BS, wrote a follower. You can go read the rest of it. I'll leave the description down below. But yeah, this is, if you didn't know who Lupita is, this is who this lady is right here. To me, I think she's beautiful. And I'm not just saying that now. I've always have said that all my black people who are light-skinned, dark-skinned, brown skin, y'all, I've always have said that my people is beautiful. But I tend to notice within the community, there's an issue with this, and it's called colorism. So what is colorism? Now, if you go Google colorism, it brings up this dictionary, and it says, prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Colorism within the black community has been a serious emotional and psychological battle. Let me read that little part down at the end. Colorism within the black community has been a serious emotional and psychological battle. This is something that can make or break you. Okay, this is serious. I hate when people take this word lightly, but this is a very serious conversation. Other nationalities, other races, they do have colorism too, but it's really, really bad in the black community. Now, let me read this little article here. It says, what's colorism? How would your students answer this question? So I'm gonna read this first part up here to you guys, and I believe this is a teacher, and she's talking about how the black children, African American children, are speaking to one another. I don't know if they're African and they're from Africa or if they're from Jamaica. I'm not sure, but this is the conversations that how, and I'm gonna say this is regularly how black people talk to each other. When I began teaching to Boston, I was struck by how often students of color refer to each other as light skin or dark skin. Almost daily, I witnessed high school students identify, categorize, and stereotype their peers based on skin tone. Having grown up African American in Louisiana, I was used to white people's ideas of white supremacy and even those color-struck black people who prefer lighter skin. But I did not expect that so many young people of diverse ethnicities, including Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and Cape, would actively engage in everyday forms of skin color bias. As one teacher in one classroom was, what was I to do? So this is an interesting article. You can go read it for yourself. But this is a conversation that, like I say, is not just in the black community, Latinos as well, Asians, and white is different with them, but they too have colorism as well. But I always noticed that when I was around certain family members, will say, "Oh, that boy is so black. Look at that black cat. Yo, black A. Oh, hey, come here, darky. We heard these videos. I know y'all don't sit here and say y'all never heard these terms, these jokes, where people are like, hey, darky, come here, darky. Darkness is around us. Darkness. You so dark. These are jokes that's normally, typically, that you would hear out of another black American, African American voice, mouth. So I'm not making this up. When she said that when she's not making this up, I believe her 100%. That when the students, they are, they're too much on skin tone. And I've actually have spoken to a young lady because I took care of her mother. Because I'm a caregiver, I took care of her mother. She basically told me she's light skinned. She's Puerto Rican. She's light skinned. She basically told me that she's not attracted to dark skinned men. Let that sink in. So there is colorism. This is a huge problem. And this is another topic, but a lot of people, their preference is not dark skin. Sometimes it's not even brown skin, because I'm brown skin. I'm chocolate brown. But some people don't even have, I'm not even their preference. That's another topic for another day. But yeah, I just want to share this article with you guys. Like I said, it's going to be in the description box. Now, this brings me into the Black African, Fear Black American thing. I came across this video. There was a video I was trying to see before, but I want you guys to see how Africans and how black people talk to each other. And this is not everybody. There's some of us, like I said, I have African friends. I've met African people. I've met Jamaicans. I have Jamaican friends. I love my people. That's y'all out here who got self-hate. I don't have self-hate, but I just want people to see how we are talking to each other in a disrespectful manner. I'm gonna play this video for you guys.
How black Africans truly do feel about black Americans, and the results will shock you. Hi, my name is Adonis Franz Boom, and you guys are watching Adonis Live. Now, before we get into it, there's a word that's been traveling around Twitter that I can't fully comprehend or understand, and I need your help. The word is called diaspora. I've Googled it, but the definition doesn't really fully fit my type of understanding, so if you can help me and try to explain it in a normal way, that would truly mean a lot to me. We're gonna start this thing off with a couple videos that I posted on TikTok. Some of them have been banned, some of them are not, but it's one thing they all have in common, and we're gonna start off like this.
American girls can't even name the ethnicity.
We American, it don't matter. We claim the country. The country don't claim y'all. Y'all can't say y'all English. We claim the country. The country don't claim y'all. Where you from?
Me, I'm from Angola.
Who's you born?
I was born here.
So how the hell you from Mongolia? Get the hell out of here. Have you been to Mongolia?
Yeah, Angola.
Have you been there? How long? You spent school there? I've been to Germany, but I'm not German. Hell no, I'm black. I'm American. Claiming America. They're talking about America claiming me. UK not claiming y'all. They convinced y'all to say that y'all not claiming them. Nah.
Now, I never really noticed that this was a thing. That was the first time this has ever happened to me, where they say Americans don't even know their ethnicity. Black people saying American people don't even know their ethnicity. For me, I was just like, what? Like, hold on, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I guess it was kind of like a jab to me. Like, they were trying to, like, what? Black people in America don't even know their ethnicity. Our women are better in London. Bro, what? But at the same time, like, when I sat there and I listened to the comments, some people say America don't claim you. There's two different types of Americas for the people that don't know. There's Black America and White America. From where I'm from, Black America claim me. We got Oprah Winfrey. We got Beyoncé, Jay-Z. We got so many different types of Black excellence. And most of a lot of people on Twitter actually mentioned this. When I showed them these particular facts of this video, a lot of people on Twitter had so much different things to say that it was actually impressive. This person, Chantel, says, crazy they're saying Black Americans do not know their ethnicity while dressing like Black Americans and wearing gold teeth like Black Americans. Ethnically, we are Black and American. You're stealing our culture, babes. That's true. It's so crazy that they can say Black people don't even know their ethnicity in America, but you dress just like us. You have no culture in America. You're living in our culture. It's funny how you could use our particular benefits, because another thing that somebody said, which was very interesting, which I posted on Twitter, was someone said that Black people in America are the face of Black people worldwide. Now, this might cause a lot of controversy, but in reality, when I sit down and think about it, I might say, yeah, 100% that is true. Why? Because when you look at, when you name a Black person, the first thing you're going to name is probably, you're not going to name like a WizKid, Dave, Burna Boy. Yeah. You're gonna name Beyonce, you're gonna name Jay-Z, you're gonna name Oprah Winfrey, maybe not Oprah, but we all know Oprah. I'm just saying. How can you belittle a culture and not even acknowledge the system, the things that we went through to not only make it better for us as Americans, but make it better for you guys as well? Most of the reasons that most of these Africans or immigrants from other countries can even come to America is because the sacrifices that Black Americans made through the particular times of civil rights justice, all these Malcolm X's and Martin Luther Kings, which changed the world. We got people like Michael Jackson who completely broke the stereotype of what can be a pop artist. He became the king of pop. But okay, in one of my most recently viral videos, which actually, I'm sorry, I just gotta get it ready.
You're from London, right? All right, so let me ask you a question. Who's smarter, Americans?
Definitely not.
Really?
Black people don't even know what country they come from. I said Black people down there don't even know what country they come from.
So it's not just a guy thing. It was Black women who said the same thing about Black men, and Black men said the same thing about Black women. It was really crazy for me to have this type of ideology. It's like, whoa, how can you say that? Like, how can you literally look at us in our face and say these particular different types of things? Here's a comment that I thought was really interesting. He said, bro, I rock with this dude. Tough spreading the gossip like Paul out there. That boy said, hell nah, I'm American. Tell him. I'm American. We've had over 50 generations built up America for the country that it is at this moment in time. For me to not claim the sacrifices, the people that passed away, the people that have risked their lives for me to be in the position that I'm in right now.
All right. So if you want to go see the rest of that video, that's I think his name is Adonis Live. He does these videos. They're very interesting. See over here in the corner, Black American Challenge, Black African. He does these interesting topics. He's Black American. I'm not gonna call him African American because pretty much this is how a lot of the Black Americans think over here. They're not really claiming African, but they do love the African culture, but they don't really claim it. I've said this. I made videos about this already. That a lot of the Black people over here, some of them do call themselves American. Hey, go ahead. But I want people to know, don't forget where you came from, where your ancestors came from. Don't forget where they came from. I just want people over here to know in America, especially people who are my skin tone, who are lighter, who are dark skinned, don't forget where you came from. Okay? It sounds like, and no disrespect to this YouTuber, I understand where he's coming from, that a lot of people do tend to take from the Black culture. I get that. But his videos is like how you hear how the way they all speak to each other. I want you guys to see how we talk to each other within the community. We really don't have no type of respect. It's like one side is against the other. It's always the Black Americans, which is the African Americans, versus the Black people from Europe versus the Africans. And then I found out later on also versus the Caribbeans. It shouldn't be no verses. It should be one community that's working together. But like I stated, with the colorism and with the different things that has gone on in the past that has separated us and make us diverse and make us more not diverse, brings more division in between us. That's why we all in our own separate groups within the Black community, and we can't work together and we can't work as a team. Now, I mispronounced this word earlier. I think it's called Diaspora. I said dysphoria, but Diaspora. There's a book out. It's called Manny Patrick, The African Diaspora and a History Through the Culture. Go look this word up. There's several books and articles and things on it. There's also videos on it. I'm gonna show you one video, and I want you guys to see this video. But before I play the video, let me read this little part out of the book. It says, relying on the ideal of African diaspora all over the globe, the book is organized chronologically and divided into 5 main themes: connection, survival, emancipation, citizenship, and equality. So this book is very interesting. It tells you how, basically talking about how all of us are pretty much from Africa, and how I believe what it means, like we're separated in different struggles. Because I actually talked about this about color and colored. Like color over here in America for Black people is different versus colored in South Africa. I was talking about Tyler. Make sure y'all go see that. That's very important, that those two words are different. They're not the same. And also what Africans went through over there in Africa is that they had their own struggles versus the African Americans over here. And no doubt the ones in Europe too as well had their difference, and the people down there in the islands as well. So the problem is all of us had different struggles and issues over the years. We want to be a community so bad. But what I tend to notice when I hear these comments, when I hear this comment about what Gilbert says about Lupita or the Africans over there, it still sets us back, and we still can't. It's something which is a lot of things that's keeping us separated. We feel like we have to pick at each other and we have to one up. Like in this video, I felt like when I see his videos, and like no shade to this YouTuber, but no shade to this young guy. And I don't want people to disrespect him. Always show respect to all the people who I show in here. But when I see his videos, I've seen his videos on the gram first. He's always constantly talking about how UK people view, how UK Black people see us, or how the UK people see the Americans. I know a lot of people around the globe, they see Americans in a certain way, and I know that a lot of them really don't like us. That's another topic, that's another story. But it seems like he has to one up them. When he's asking them these questions, he gets offended and he has to one up them. It's always like a one up. Like, oh, we do this and y'all stealing this from us and da 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 da. And it's like, all right. So I also want to bring out too, before I go any further, he name dropped Beyonce. So did y'all remember Beyonce's Lion King inspired visual album, Black is King? It was heavily inspired by African culture. So down here, these are the artists that she had. She also had Black American, but she also had African American as well. African people from Africa as well. She joined forces with numerous directors to shoot music videos for the tracks from The Lion King, The Gift, and enlisted some of the Nigerian, South African, Ghanaian, Cameroonian, and American artists featured in music to appear in its visual counterpart as well. Also, another thing too is the visual album, which was shot in locales across the world. Disney lists South Africa, Belgium, and West African countries, as well as New York, Los Angeles, and London, explores the meaning of legacy and celebrates culture and customs that bring the Black diaspora together. Diaspora together. I'm sorry I pronounced that word, together. Black is the color of my true love skin. Beyoncé says early on, coils and hair catching centuries of prayer spread through smoke. You are welcome to come home to yourself. Let Black be synonymous with glory. Then it says certain moments focus on Black American experience, such as the inclusion of an American flag with its stars and stripes to be painted in black, red, and green, colors from the Pan-African flag. At one point, a male voice overcomes on an identity struggle experienced by the American descendants of enslaved people from Africa. When it's all said and done, I don't even know my own native tongue, he says, and if I can't speak myself, I can't think myself, and if I can't think myself, I can't be myself. But if I can't be myself, I will never know me. So Uncle Sam, tell me this. If I will never know me, how can you? So that quote right there, what he's quoting, is a lot of us, which I'm me included, we don't know exactly, where our roots come from out of Africa. Everybody, comes from Africa. But like I state, you got to respect everybody's culture and race. You can't disrespect anybody. But that is basically talking about the Black Americans. People always say that Black Americans are slave blood. We don't know our roots. I understand that. That to me, that is disrespectful as well. But there is, I think with this particular album here, Beyoncé was trying to get all the people, the Africans, the Black Americans, that, Afro-Latinas, people who are all around that, letting us know Black is king. We need to work together. We need to have respect for each other. That was the whole point of this album. I might be looking at it wrong, but I really did have loved this album by Beyoncé. So for him to name drop Beyoncé was heavily inspired, not only by what her black people have done over here in America, but also Africans as well. And where is Lion King based out of? It's based out of Africa. So, and also look at her art cover for this album. Lion's not in America. You might have mountain lions, but the lion that she got here is clearly the lions that's out of Africa. Okay, her hairstyle, where this braided is normally came from. Yeah, it comes from the Black culture, but Black culture, we learned that from African roots. We need to go back, and that's just why I say we need to study African American history, not African, and also African history as well. But we really do need to go back and study African history. This is everything she did was heavily inspired by the African culture, but she also mixed in the Black culture as well with it, which we still are inspired by. So I don't understand why he's saying copying and stealing. I hear this a lot from people. Oh, well, they stole from us. Why can't it be that they inspired by? Why can't it be that? Why can't it be that the Africans can be inspired by us, and the African Americans, Black Americans, can be inspired by the Africans? Why can't it be like that? I don't see anything wrong with that. But let me go back to the original video. Dude puts 2 ignorant London girls on blast, part 2. That's the girls that he mentioned in the video. That's the girls that he says ignorant. And it's like, we're so quick to call each other out of our names. It's just disrespect. So I'm going to play this other video for you guys so I can wrap this up. Because there's so many videos. There's so much that we need to discuss when it comes to African versus African American and other Blacks and Africans that are around the globe, because I know a lot of people, I think it's mainly Black Americans that wants to be called Black Americans, let me know, but other Africans that are around the globe, this is a very, very sensitive topic. But let me play another video for you guys, and this video is by this young lady down here. I'll show her name, but this is about Diaspora as well, wars. It's called Diaspora Wars, African and African Americans. So let me play this video. I'm gonna play half of it so you guys can get the full gist of this, because I'm gonna have to do, like I said, I'm gonna do some more research of myself too as this, because I'm realizing that this is a big, huge issue. So let me play this for you guys.
Yeah, in today's video, I will be talking about this topic that I think a lot of us have to really talk about. But let's first watch the videos and let's get into it.
First and foremost, I don't find it inherently problematic for someone to demand respect or acknowledgement of their culture. I want to start by saying that. But this trend in general has sparked this weird diaspora war between African Americans and non-American Black folks, and I want to talk about that. I truly don't get why there's an argument about who started this war when there are portions of each community that partake in it. There are African Americans who are ignorant regarding other cultures of black folks. I've seen it. We grew up hearing African booty scratcher. And while that insult was basically weaponized against anybody who was dark-skinned, myself included, at the basis of that insult is the fact that a lot of people believe being from Africa is a negative thing. I have also heard grown-ass motherfuckers assert that there aren't houses or updated technology in a whole-ass continent composed of more than 50 countries. There are also a lot of African and Caribbean black people who seem to carry this air of superiority towards African Americans. Some of you even ridicule us for not knowing our true lineage as though the ship that brought us here was a fucking cruise that we signed up for. So no, this is not either or, it's both of them. And not only is it sad and disheartening, it's pointless. None of us are liberated or celebrated by these exchanges. And there's no need to argue about which flavor of blackness is the best because whether it's fufu, jerk chicken, or soul food, we are all expertly seasoned. Period.
You know this little diaspora that the blacks are having again? The AA versus African and the whole, well, you call me an African booty scratcher and this, that, and the third, blase, blase, blase. Can we talk about the imposters, the calls that were coming from inside the house? Because, yeah, that was one thing. Honestly, if you were dark-skinned, you was going to get called an African booty scratcher. But, can we talk about the Africans that were pointing their fingers, calling other people African booty scratchers? You be walking around telling people, yeah, my name is Sean. Your name is Shanwoon. You could call me Toby. Oluwatobi, like spit it out correct. I was so shame. I remember all the little boys. Oh, hell no, I'm Black American. All the little girls. I'm from Jamaica. My mommy's half Indian. You were claiming everything but Africa. Personally, I see it as, yes, becoming more popular, but it's not that they're accepting us, but more we're accepting ourselves. And because everybody loses sim, you don't know who's African until they open their mouth or tell you their last names.
She's having a very important conversation about diaspora wars, which is stupid. I'm going to say that up front so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Secondly, if you are a Caribbean person and you find yourself saying, I'm not like them, African Americans are, African Americans do, please understand that that's anti-blackness. And what you're doing is perpetuating white supremacy. Because it's white supremacy that says African Americans XYZ. And if you think they don't mean your Caribbean and African ass, you're doitish. If you don't see them coming for you and you helping them come for you through attacking African Americans, you're not smart. Do not make an enemy out of a friend.
So this is the first time I will ever make this video, and hopefully it's the last. Discourse and this diaspora war that we start every week on this app with African Americans and Africans from African countries that reside in westernized countries need to stop. At the end of the day, everyone who is black and from African descent, it doesn't matter if their parents are from Africa or they are from African descent, are Africans. And we need to stop coming on here and invalidating each other's identity because we're the only ones that come on here and do that 24/7. We don't see any nationality doing this. It's embarrassing. African Americans are from African descent, from lineage, from a dark history that led their people there. End of story. If they want to know which country they're from Africa, they can do a DNA ancestry test if they really want to find out which country in Africa they're actually really from, for their own personal assurance. But who cares about all of this? Black people is the only race that comes on here and fight to claim everything every week. For what? Please stop fighting and creating more divide between your brothers and sisters. Look at your skin color. We all come from one part of the world. Embrace it and stop this nonsense.
So these things that are happening where we have diaspora was, first of all, I don't know who starts these trends because Africans participate, African Americans participate, Caribbeans participate, everyone actually participates. And then we start also blaming ourselves when we literally amongst our people do actually participate in these things. And it's funny because it's like we are doing this job for our other races to actually see us fight ourselves, because it's really showing anti-blackness. Because me from Africa is seen the same way as you in America, in Europe, Asia, or everywhere on this planet. We are all seen the same way, even if you are mixed or biracial. So to come out with these wars, us attacking each other, and imagine other races are like, okay, so they are doing our job for us. That is amazing. Like, you're hating me, we are hating each other. The African lady did that video, yeah, don't call me African American, I'm African. But at the same time, you are not living in Africa, you're literally living in America. So basically you are African who is living in America. So you're African American, actually, if it makes sense. And then also the Caribbeans, they attack African Americans as well. Like, you know, when these people come, they are like this or culture, whatever. But we are still the same people. And the same way when Africans also go to the Caribbean, we are also treated the same way because we are not seen as people who have sense as they've taught you. So it's like we are literally fighting ourselves, and this is what these other races of people want to see. And this is why I always come out and say, you know,
please go watch the rest of her video. I'll put a link down below. She made a lot of good points that I really do agree with, because there is a fight within the community, and we're just making the other races happy about it. We are the main ones. Like I say, other races have their issues too, but we are the main ones. I'm keep hearing this thing over and over about the colorism, about the skin, about where you're from. I'm not African. I'm Black American. I'm not, African American. And I've heard this. I'm African. The confusion is just ridiculous. And I wanted to bring this video out because I want you guys to see that this is a real problem, whether you want to like it or not. It is a real problem, and I've been seeing it for a long time now, and I didn't want to admit it because I have, different types of Black people, African people who are my friends, people from the Caribbeans. I'm friends with a lot of people, not just Black people or Africans, but, with other races of people. Apparently, that's a crime too, to be friends with other races of people. So that's another topic. That's another story. But I've got called out plenty of times on this channel being friends with different types of people. I want to put that out there too. That's a problem within the Black community. You can't really, go be friends with other different races of people. My friend who's African, she even told me out of her mouth that people even ask her, like, why are you friends with this Black American, which is me? So it's an issue. It's a problem. So it's a thing where we're divided and we're not working together as a team. We're like separated. So going back to Gilbert, for the xenophobic comments, I want you guys to see that this is an issue, and I'm not happy that this came up, but I am kind of glad that this topic came up because I did want to talk about a little bit, touch bases on the African American versus the African, and Caribbean and the Jamaican, and I've also heard things too where Jamaican men said that they don't like Black American women. But then again, I'm online and I'm hearing other Jamaican men who are cool with me, who are friends with me. So that's not everybody. It's just some people, they just being stupid within the community and just want to say that they're better than the next person within the Black community. And I'm tired of it. And like my brothers say, we all came from Africa. Yes, we did. I've had this conversation several times with other Black people. We all came from Africa. Can we really stop? Like, we are, by the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters, okay? Like, in a sense, we should be like that. We're a community. We should be strong. We should not be sitting here giggling and laughing at people's shoes and how the way they live. And how the way, like how Gilbert, how he's sitting here giggling, laughing, picking at the Africans over there, the African basketball players. It's just disrespectful. We need to learn how to have respect for each other. I'm tired of having this conversation, but I keep having these conversations because I want us Black people to do better. I really do. We need to work together as a team. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but we need it. And we need to stop all of this, this division within the community. Because other races are on our side looking at us. Okay? Just like the young lady just brought out. They're looking at us. And they're paying attention to everything that we're saying and what we're doing. Okay? I just want to let you guys know that. But this video, I can go on and on and on about. There's so many things I want to bring out that I have seen over the years. And it just disgusts me. It really does. It really does disgust me that, yet again, same guy, Gilbert, who talked about Lupita, here he is again with the self-hate, colorism rant, on Africans. Yet again, he's doing it again. But let me know what you think down below in the comment area. But as for now, I'll see y'all later. Peace.
be sharing. All their money got me wearing fly. Girl, but I ain't asking. They say they love my ass and 7 G's to religion. I say no, but they keep giving, so I keep on taking. And no, I ain't taking. We can keep on taking. I keep on demonstrating my love, my love, my love, my love. You love my lady lumps, my hump, my hump, my hump. My humps, they got you. Got you, they got you. They got you, got you, they got you.